It's looking really good for the Valorant First Strike tournament. So Riot Games revealed the details regarding the upcoming Valorant First Strike tournament series, and Sky is definitely going to be used in these tournaments. Like, let's look at this. The schedule and some eligibility details, but most rules will be revealed later. So we have some new info, which is real nice. So Valorant First Strike will commence on November 9th. November 9th, that's very soon. Right now we're October, so we're 1 month away. Also, we're getting Cyberpunk, which is pretty much awesome, in my honest opinion. I like that a lot. But with the 2 qualifiers, which will last for almost 2 weeks, with the open qualifiers, sorry, anyone can enter almost. So the last day of the qualifiers is November 22, 22, yeah. Meaning that there is roughly 1 month left for everyone to practice their game before it starts. So almost a month later, the main event will go from December to 6, from December 3rd to 6th, to the 6th. Quarterfinals will take final place during the first 2 days, followed by semifinals on December 5th and grand finals on December 6th. So be sure to join in on December 6th. We're going to see some pretty awesome grand finals and quarterfinals, semifinals. This is going to be real nice. Close to Christmas. It's definitely a good present. All the matches before the finals will be in the best of the 3 format, while the grand finals will be the best of 5 series. So we're probably going to be seeing the huge teams, like the huge esports teams. I'm not looking into anyone upsetting anything. While it might turn out to be exhausting for the participants, esports fans are in for a treat. So it's definitely looking good for people trying to go into this. Meanwhile, open qualifiers will be split into 4 separate tournaments, with 2 happening each week during the time window in November. Top 16 teams from each tournament will advance to playing stage. So you have 16 teams going for this prize pool. 16 teams. This is gonna be your chance to go big in Valorant. If you have your own team and you're gonna win, have a chance to qualify for the playoffs. So everything can participate in all 4 of the open qualifier tournaments. So there's gonna be multiple regions, which is really nice, giving them a total of 4 chances to advance to the main event. As for eligibility, every player over 16 has achieved the rank of Immortal 1 at the time of registration. So if in the 5 months, if you got Immortal 1, so not Diamond, not Plat, you can enter. And you're at least 16, which most of you are. During the preceding act can join. So they give everyone a same chance. They don't give, smaller, bigger esport organizations with millions of money any less of a chance. I definitely want to see how this works out, but there's another article over here. So let's look at this. Valorant is already an esports success story, and Riot Games is set to expand the pro scene further. It's preparing to run its first Valorant tournament. So far in competitive shooter's short lifespan, third-party companies and esports organizations have been holding their own Valorant events with support of Riot. So there only been like 50k or something like that, but they're still being quite huge. Open qualifiers for Valorant first tournament are definitely gonna be looking pretty nice. Let's look at this. So sorry about that. We'll advance to the tournaments, which run from the December 3rd to the 6th. So matches will take place in a best of 3 format, save for the finals, which are best of 5. So best of 3 formats, this is gonna be like crazy, because we're gonna be seeing like G2 Esports fighting against like TSM and T100 fighting against 100 Thieves. So what they said is, get ready, agents, because the first ever Valorant tournament produced by Riot Games kicks off in November. Read all about Valorant First Strike Europe. Ooh, that's juicy. That's real juicy. Riot says players aged 16 and over who've reached Immortal 1 will likely be eligible to complete. The publisher has been slowly building Valorant's esports scene since its released the game earlier this year, so they had a slow start because they're going to be working on the game for the next 5 to 10 years, indicating there's significant audience out there willing to watch pro-level matches, because it was one of the most viewed categories on Twitch. Given that Riot's behind perhaps the biggest esports on the planet, it's a conglomerate, so it's one of the biggest things that's happening right now. There's plenty of reasons to believe Riot can turn Valorant into a competitive gaming giant too. A lot of people don't believe me. It's a small game right now, and it's exactly what happened with League of Legends. It was small as well, and it grew with size. And it's really nice to see that like a small game will one day, like in 2-3 years, become super big. I'm talking about massive, massive, massive. Meanwhile, Riot has revealed some details about the next game season, Act 3. It starts on October 13, and it will introduce a new map called Icebox. There won't be an addition of the lineup of new agents to the outset. Riot wants to ensure everything goes smoothly with a new map, including how other agents interact with it, before tossing another variable into the mix. As such, the next Valorant agent with Riot Tweets in a couple of weeks will arrive in October 27. So we already know everything about Sky in my recent videos. The start of Act 3 will also bring in some changes for competitive mode. So in Act 4, we're gonna see Valorant First Strike Tournament, which is really nice. Immortal Rank Plus comps are decided 100% by wins and losses. So look at this. As you might expect, there'll be a fresh Battle Pass, which is really nice. So if you don't know, this is on the right side. It looks amazing, to be honest. Also, the gun buddies look really nice. Let's see if we missed something here. There must be something that, you know, they are not talking about. So let me just repeat this. The open qualifiers are split into 4 separate tournaments, 2 per week, with the top 16 teams from each advancing to the respective week's play-in stage. Competing teams aren't tied to any single qualifier, which means that if their team gets knocked out of qualifier A, they still have a chance. They have 4 chances to actually compete. You can try again in qualifier B, C, and D. So there's going to be 4 qualifiers. 4 qualifiers. That's a lot. That's 4 chances. Teams therefore have 4 chances to secure a place in the play-ins and potentially advance to the playoffs. Take a look at the graphics below. Okay, let's take a look at this. So this is how it's gonna be starting, right? So on 9 to 10 November, you're gonna have best of 1 single elimination, and top 16 teams are gonna be advancing, right? So on 11 to 12 November, you're gonna again have top 16 teams advancing, 16 to 17, 18 to 19. Like, you're gonna have 4 qualifiers, and the top 16 teams are gonna go onwards. Then you're gonna have a play-in on 13th November and 20th November, which is gonna be a best of 1 single elimination, and top 8 teams are gonna be advancing, and top 8 teams will advance. And then you have playoffs. Playoffs are best of 3 single elimination. The top 4 teams advance, and top 4 teams advance. So there's gonna only be 8 teams left out of these. Let's see, 32, 48, 64. There's gonna be 64 teams advancing at the start. Probably gonna be a lot more teams going in, like so it's probably gonna be like 300 teams, for example, maybe even more. Who knows how many? Maybe 400 teams are gonna be playing, and only 64 are gonna make it, right? But out of these 64 teams, only 16 are gonna make it in. Okay, 16, and then out of these 16, only 8 are gonna make it over here. This is really nice. Okay, so let's look at the main event. So after, if you kind of advance to this, you go to main event. So you have to beat the huge teams, even T1, and they have the same chance as you do. So like T100 has the same chance of winning as you, or has the same chance of competing, not as winning, because they practice a lot probably. So format explainer, main stage. So open qualifiers will be 3rd to 4th December. It's gonna be best of 3 single elimination. Then semifinals, it's gonna be a single elimination. So single elimination basically means if you win one, it's over. It's over for you basically. And then it's gonna be finals. So there's gonna be 3rd to 6th December. We're gonna see who actually wins, which is really nice. These are gonna be no mistakes, like best of 3, no mistakes. So if you lose 2 maps, it's over for you, right? You gotta win this. There's no going back on these, but this is like first strike. We're probably gonna get a second strike sometime next year. Any players over the age of 16 is really nice, but if you're simply interested in watching the very best Valorant players and you're battling out, First Strike is for you, and it's only the beginning. Keep a lookout for more information on Valorant First Strike. So this is how you can apply. You're gonna be, if you want to know how you can actually apply, you have to look into their webpage. They're gonna probably have something in 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks, because before they start the tournament, they need to know which teams, how many teams are competing at what time. They're probably gonna have some sort of in-game plugins, including how to apply for the qualifiers, full rules for the event, and how you can watch the action. So the rules most likely are gonna be like best of 1s or best of 3s, single eliminations, I'm most likely guessing. If you look over here, Yeah, so it's gonna be best of one single eliminations. Otherwise, the games would take a while, to be honest. So it's always gonna be best of one, except here it's gonna be best of three because there's only gonna be a lot of teams left. And I really like it here because the last final maps are gonna be best of 5. It's really nice, and I'm definitely excited to see what they have in store. Let me know what you guys think. Be sure to subscribe for more Valorant First Strike content. It would help me a lot if you would subscribe. And yeah, this was Fatman. Wishing you good luck. Peace, guys.